This engine is completely destroyed.
$3,500 to replace.
And you know what caused it.
A $40 oil change done wrong.
I'm about to show you 5 oil change mistakes that people make every single day that ruin engines.
Mistake number 3 is so common. I see it at least twice a week, and it turns a simple oil change into a $4,000 repair.
If you change your own oil, or you take your car to a quick lube shop, you need to watch this entire video.
Let's get into it.
What's up, gearheads? Welcome back to the garage.
I'm John, and today we're talking about oil changes.
Seems simple, right?
Drain old oil, add new oil. How can you mess that up? Well, I'm going to show you 5 ways that people destroy their engines during routine oil changes. And these aren't rare mistakes. These are things I see constantly.
Stick around. Let's start with mistake number 5. This one seems like it shouldn't matter, but it absolutely does. And if you do this, you're slowly damaging your engine with every mile you drive. Let me show you what I'm talking about.
Mistake number 5, using the wrong oil weight for your car.
And I'm not talking about synthetic versus conventional. I'm talking about viscosity, the thickness of the oil. Your car's engine is designed for a specific oil weight.
It's usually printed right on the oil cap, 5W30, OW20, 10W40, whatever. It's also in your owner's manual.
This isn't a suggestion. This is what your engine needs.
Here's why it matters.
Modern engines have very tight tolerances, tiny gaps between moving parts.
The oil needs to be thin enough to flow through quickly, but thick enough to protect under pressure.
If you use oil that's too thick, let's say you put 20W50 in an engine designed for 5W30,
that oil doesn't flow fast enough to reach critical components during startup.
You get metal-on-metal contact, which causes wear. Over time, this leads to premature wear on bearings, camshafts, and cylinder walls. On the flip side, if you use oil that's too thin like OW20 in an engine designed for 10W30, the oil film breaks down under pressure and heat. Again, metal-on-metal contact.
Same damage. You might also notice low oil pressure warnings because the oil is too thin to maintain proper pressure.
The fix: use exactly what your manufacturer recommends. Don't guess.
Don't use whatever's on sale. Check your oil cap or your manual and use that exact weight. This is especially critical for newer cars with tighter tolerances.
Don't experiment with your engine oil.
Alright, mistake number 4.
This one seems obvious when I say it, but I see it all the time.
People do this with the best intentions. They think more is better. But this mistake can destroy your engine in a matter of miles. Mistake number 4, overfilling or underfilling your engine oil. Both are catastrophic, but for different reasons. Let's start with underfilling. If you don't add enough oil, you're starving your engine of lubrication.
Your oil pump pulls oil from the bottom of the oil pan. If the level is too low, the pump can suck air instead of oil. Air in your oil system means no lubrication reaching critical parts. Bearings fail first, then camshafts,
then pistons. You can destroy an engine in minutes running it with low oil. Now, overfilling this is what people don't understand. They think more oil equals better protection, so they add an extra quart just to be safe.
Big mistake. When you overfill, the crankshaft, which is spinning at thousands of RPMs,
starts hitting the excess oil in the pan. It's literally slapping into the oil like a whisk. This whips the oil into a froth, aerating it with air bubbles. Foamy oil doesn't lubricate properly. Air bubbles compress under pressure instead of maintaining a protective film. Plus, the excess pressure from overfilling can blow out seals, force oil past piston rings into the combustion chamber, where it burns and creates blue smoke. That oil can also ruin your catalytic converter. That's a $1,000 to $2,500 part.
The correct amount is between the mean and max marks on your dipstick. Not above max, not below min. Check it with the engine off, on level ground, after the oil has settled for a few minutes. Add oil in small amounts, half a quart at a time, and recheck. Don't just dump in the whole jug. Get it right. Your engine's life depends on it.
Okay, we're at mistake number 3. And this is the one I see most often. This seems like a small thing to skip, but it causes massive damage. I've personally seen 3 engines destroyed this year from this exact mistake. Let me show you. Mistake number 3, changing the oil, but not changing the filter. Or worse, racing the old filter.
I see this constantly.
Someone drains the old oil, adds new oil, and leaves the old filter on because they forgot to buy one or they're trying to save money. Here's why this is catastrophic.
Your oil filter's job is to trap contaminants, metal particles, dirt, carbon, sludge, everything that gets into your oil and would otherwise grind away at your engine. After thousands of miles, that filter is packed full of contamination.
It's saturated. When you put fresh, clean oil into your engine but leave that old, dirty filter on,
you're immediately contaminating your new oil with all the garbage from the old filter.
Those metal particles, that sludge, all of it gets pumped right back through your engine.
Fresh oil with old contamination causes accelerated wear. Your new oil is dirty within minutes.
But it gets worse.
Old oil filters can also bypass. Most filters have a bypass valve that opens if the filter gets too clogged, allowing unfiltered oil to flow, rather than starving the engine. If your old filter is so clogged it's in bypass mode, you're running completely unfiltered oil through your engine.
That's a recipe for sludge buildup, bearing failure, and total engine destruction. I've seen engines with 80,000 miles look like they have 300,000 miles of wear just from this.
The oil filter costs $8 to $20. An engine rebuild costs $3,500 to $6,000. Change the filter every single time you change the oil. No exceptions.
Hand tighten it. Don't use a wrench to crank it down.
Wipe a little fresh oil on the gasket before installing.
Don't skip this. It's not optional. Mistake number 2 is about mixing two things that don't play well together. A lot of people think you can just combine these and get the best of both worlds. But this causes problems you don't see until it's too late. Mistake number 2, mixing synthetic and conventional oil.
Now, technically, you can mix them.
They won't explode or anything. But just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Synthetic oil and conventional oil have different molecular structures and different additive packages. Synthetic is engineered at a molecular level for consistent performance.
Conventional is refined from crude oil and has natural variations. When you mix them, you dilute the benefits of the synthetic.
The main problems are reduced temperature protection, shorter change intervals, and inconsistent viscosity behavior.
This is especially bad for high-performance engines, turbocharged engines, or engines that run hot.
Turbos can reach 1000 plus degrees Fahrenheit. They need the heat protection that full synthetic provides. If you mix in conventional oil, you've reduced that protection.
The conventional portion breaks down faster under that extreme heat. This leads to oil coking, where oil literally bakes onto components and turns into hard carbon deposits.
COK'd oil in a turbo bearing can seize the turbo. That's a $1,500 to $3,000 replacement. Even in non-turbo engines, mixing oils means you can't trust the specified change interval. If your manual says 10,000 miles on full synthetic, that doesn't apply to a mixture.
You might need to change it at 5,000 or 6,000. The fix: pick one and stick with it.
If you're using synthetic, only top off with synthetic. If you absolutely mustard oil and only have conventional available, add just enough to get you to a place where you can do a full oil change with the correct oil. Don't mix.
Keep it simple and consistent. And finally, mistake number 1.
This is the most expensive mistake on this list. And it's not about doing the oil change wrong, it's about not doing it at all. Or waiting way too long. Let me show you what happens.
Mistake number 1, going too long between oil changes.
Skipping changes. I'll do it next month. I'll do it when I have time. And then 6 months later, you've got 15,000 miles on oil that should have been changed at 7,500.
Here's what happens to oil over time.
It breaks down.
The additives deplete. Detergents that keep sludge suspended get used up.
Anti-wear additives get consumed.
Viscosity improvers break down.
The oil gets thicker, darker, and filled with contaminants.
Starves components of lubrication and bakes onto hot surfaces.
I've seen engines seize completely from sludge. Just stop running. Dead. And when you tear them down, they're packed with thick, black sludge everywhere. Lifters, cam, oil pump pick up everything clogged. The worst part, this damage is preventable with a $50 oil change. Your owner's manual tells you exactly when to change your oil. Follow it. If you do a lot of short trips, towing, dusty conditions, extreme temperatures follow the severe service interval.
That's usually half the normal interval.
Set a reminder. Track your mileage. Get it done on time, every time.
Oil is the lifeblood of your engine. When it's neglected, your engine dies.
It's that simple. Don't skip oil changes. Period.
If this video just saved your engine, smash that like button.
Drop a comment and tell me which mistake have you made.
Don't worry, I've made number 2 myself before I knew better.
Subscribe to Gearhead Garage if you haven't already. Hit that bell, and you'll never miss a don't do this video that could save you money. Peace.